Okay, so we continue with Halachah number 7. If it is a local custom for a teacher of young children to take payment, he should be paid. The father is obligated to pay for his son's instruction until he can read the entire written Torah. No more, no less. In a place where it is customary to receive a wage for a teacher for teaching written Torah, one is permitted to do so. However, it is forbidden to take wage for teaching oral law, as applied in Dvarim 4:5. Oral law. Behold, I have taught you laws and statutes as God commanded me. Just as I, Moshe, right, learned it at no cost, so too have you been taught from me at no cost. Teach the coming generations in like manner. Teach them at no cost as you have learned from me. Okay. Nevertheless, if a person cannot find someone to teach him at no cost, he must pay for his studies, as implied in Proverbs 3:23, by truth. So just because it costs money and somebody only willing to do it for money, or he's maybe better qualified, maybe yes, maybe not. So many people think, as Rabbi Reuven told me, so when you do it for free, they don't value. When they pay like $100 an hour, so that's like normal study would cost, right? So then they appreciate very much. Unfortunately, it's a demented mentality. Does it better? Does the quality for free better? Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe better. Thus, it can be derived that it is forbidden to charge to teach Torah, even though one's teacher charges for instructing him. Okay. So let's see from the beginning. We're going to explain. Okay. So it says, if it is local custom for a teacher or young children to take payment, he should be paid. Commentary. Is stated Halachah 3. Okay, we already said it. Okay. So basically the idea is that the father must educate his son. Okay, if he's busy, he works 2 jobs, has no time. So okay, so pay somebody else. I mean that's only logical and obvious. So he's he does not know how to fix his car. Okay, you don't know how to fix your car, so pay somebody else to fix your car. I mean there is no problem. Or stay home and learn. Maybe it would take you 3 days to change one brake, right? So it's better for you to pay to the mechanic, right? So same is here. Better pay the professional. The father is obligated to pay for his son's instructions until he can read the entire written Torah. Commentary on entire. The Kovitz and other commentaries explain that this word was added to include the works of the prophets and the holy writings, meaning that the word entire. There is entire Torah. So entire Torah, as we said, it's 24 books. Torah, prophets, and writings. Okay, 24. Tanakh. Okay. So which is a lot. Rashi Baba Basra, the same place, okay, is not of this opinion and maintains that having him taught the 5 books of Moshe is sufficient. I think we will go by this opinion. I mean, if you start teaching him the whole Tanakh, and I don't know, I think it's over this child's head. The Sifter coin, Yoredea 245.5, follows the latter's opinion, while Shulchan Aruch Harav, Hilchot Talmud Torah 1:1, was the former view. Okay, no problem. So they read the entire written Torah. So 45. So all of these prophets, they also consider to be written Torah, just so we know, right? So how many years it could take? I don't know, depends on the child. It could take a few years, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. I mean, it depends on his talents. 45. In his case of Mishnah, Rav Yosef Karo knows that Rambam's language implies that this constitutes the totality of the father's obligation. He is not obligated to instruct his son of the oral law. Right? It's very interesting, right? So meaning the father is obligated to teach him according to some opinions only Chumash, according to other opinions the entire Torah, but that's it. So oral law not obligated, meaning Talmud and Shulchan Aruch and other things. Rambam. In the Shulchan Aruch Yoreh De'ah 245.6, he explained that the father's obligation also includes arranging his son's instruction in an oral law, unless his financial situation is too pressing to allow him to do so. So meaning if he has money, he's obligated to continue the child's obligation. If he does not, so he can go with the minimum requirement, which is what? Which is written Torah. In a place where it is customary to receive wage for teaching the written Torah, one is permitted to do so. Commentary. One is permitted to do so. I mean, where will people pay? Okay, and as we said, unless they want to teach themselves, there is no problem. If they're capable and they have time, let them teach themselves to the children. Otherwise, pay the teacher. Nedarim 37a relates that the wage of the teacher receives is not for actual tutelage, but rather for the efforts involved in caring for children. Right? Alternatively, the money can be taken for teaching the proper cantillation notes. Okay, so let's try to understand. As Rambam is going to teach us that same way that Moshe received the Torah for free, right? So written Torah, even though oral Torah also for free. Let's concentrate on the written Torah. So he received the oral Torah for free, so he has to give it to the nation of Israel for free, right? I mean, he has no right to charge us, right? So how we saying that this teacher of the small children is allowed to charge? So we say maybe we pay him for caring for children. I mean, like a babysitter. So like there is no free babysitters, like daycare center, right? So of course you need to pay them. Okay, so you pay them to this babysitter to take care of your child on one hand. On the other hand, in the meantime, he teaches them Torah. What could be better? What could be better, right? Alternatively, you pay them for pronunciation, the notes, right? Okay, it's not so this notes. It's not like absolutely obligated to know all of these notes, right? The notes mean cantillation, like when they read the Torah in shul, right, in a synagogue, and there is a special notes. That's the notes we're talking about. Is going to be like considered that we read from the Torah, for example, person is not professional Baal Koreh and he does not know the notes, so I mean he cannot memorize, it's too much to memorize, so I mean after the fact there is no problem, right? So he can do it without notes. So meaning what? So in some sense it's some extra, right? So for this extra, so he can charge. At the time, there were a few of any written text, and the students were taught the entire Torah by heart. So that's a very interesting addition. So today we have books, and books are not that expensive. Everybody can buy books, or they can get somebody like sponsor. Other people they can sponsor books, and there's no problem, right? But in olden days, there were no books. Period. Right? All of these books were on scroll. So to get even Chumash, like it was not so simple, right? And then so people knew the whole Torah by heart, right? So that's why he would teach them in cantillations. So they would go everything by heart. The difference between the two opinions is that according to the latter, one may also can charge adults. Adults meaning for pronunciation, right? Since the Rambam allowed the wage to be charged without qualifying his words, one may assume that this applies even to teaching adults. Okay, meaning for cantillation. This decision can also be derived from the commentary in the Mishnah Nedarim 4.3. even though we're going to learn that Rambam was very like against a Torah teacher to charge for to teach other Torah, but it's very different. I mean, we're trying to compensate that person. If we don't compensate that, he's a very smart person. He's going to go to the business, and okay, he needs to feed his family. You don't want to pay him. That's fine. He's not asking for money, but we try to compensate his time for his time. So, I mean, we pay him. Let's say I don't know how much we pay. Let's $40 an hour. Let's say $50. I don't know, $100 for an hour, right? To compensate, because why? If he go to business, he can make I don't know, $300 an hour. I don't know. I'm just saying, right? So we try to pay minimum, that minimum amount that he's allowed. He would agree to stay with us and taking care of us and our children, which is it's not a payment; it's a compensation for his time. Okay.